10 daily habits that are secretly destroying your body after 70 ***. You ever look at someone in their 80s, still walking tall, smiling wide, and wonder, how are they doing it? Then you see someone else the same age, struggling to move, forgetful, downcast, and you ask, what went wrong? We all age. That's a fact of life. But how we age, that's largely in our hands. Hi there. I'm so glad you're here. Because today, we're talking about the little daily habits that can quietly, and sometimes dangerously, ruin your quality of life after 70. We're not here to judge or scare you. We're here to bring awareness. Because knowledge is power, and it's never too late to start choosing better. Let's dive into the very first habit that could be putting your well-being at risk, without you even realizing it. Habit number 1, skipping your health checkups. Now let me ask, when was the last time you saw your primary care doctor just for a checkup? Not because something was hurting or wrong, but simply to make sure everything's running smoothly? If you had to think about it for more than a few seconds, it's probably been too long. One of the most dangerous mistakes we make as we get older is assuming that feeling fine means we are fine. But many of the most serious conditions, like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or even early signs of cancer, show no symptoms at all in the beginning. I've worked with patients like Mr. Harold, a retired school principal from Michigan. At 72, he felt pretty good, so he skipped his physicals for 3 years. When he finally came in for routine blood work, we found signs of early-stage kidney damage, something completely treatable if caught early, but far more complicated once symptoms begin. That's why regular screenings are essential. We're talking about simple things: blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol, and age-appropriate screenings like colonoscopies or prostate exams. And no, it's not about chasing perfection or worrying every little thing. It's about staying ahead of trouble and giving yourself the best chance to live fully, actively, and independently. Because when you stay on top of your health, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Habit number 2, ignoring your mental health. Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you really checked in with your emotional well-being? Not just your body, but your thoughts, your feelings, your sense of purpose? Too many seniors suffer in silence. They feel down, disconnected, or even hopeless and chalk it up to just getting old. But that's not aging. That's something deeper. Depression and anxiety are not a normal part of getting older. In fact, they're more common than many realize and often go undiagnosed. Why? Because they don't always show up as sadness. Sometimes it looks like loss of interest in hobbies you once loved, trouble sleeping, or sleeping too much, feeling tired all the time, withdrawing from friends and family, changes in appetite or weight. Remember one patient, Mrs. Louise, a 74-year-old widow from Arizona. She used to be the life of the neighborhood book club, but after losing her husband, she slowly stopped showing up, stopped calling friends, and started saying things like, "What's the point?" She wasn't being dramatic. She was experiencing clinical depression, and with the right help, therapy, connection, and support, she found her spark again. Mental health is health. And just like we monitor blood pressure or cholesterol, we need to check in on our emotional and cognitive well-being. Here's what you can do. Talk to your doctor honestly about mood changes, stay socially connected. Call a friend, join a club, volunteer, keep your brain engaged, puzzles, music, reading, learning new things. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Therapy and counseling are not just for the younger member. You deserve to feel good, inside and out, because aging should be about growth, not giving up. Habit number 3, overeating or eating the wrong foods. Let's be honest, food is one of life's greatest pleasures, and after 70, you deserve to enjoy every bite. But here's the catch. What we eat becomes even more important as we age. Unfortunately, many older adults fall into the trap of either overeating or eating too much of the wrong kinds of foods. That means processed snacks, sugary treats, heavy portions, or salty frozen meals. They're quick, convenient, and comforting, but over time, they can wreak havoc on your health. Too much food can lead to weight gain, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, joint pain, and even higher risk for heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. And on the flip side, skipping meals or undereating can leave you weak, dizzy, and undernourished. I once met a gentleman named George, 78, who told me he hardly ate anything all day, then binged on crackers and soda at night because he felt too tired to cook. Over time, this took a toll on his energy, his digestion, and his sleep. Once we helped him create a simple meal routine, small, balanced meals every 4 to 5 hours, his whole mood and strength improved. Here's what you can do instead. Focus on colorful fruits and vegetables. They support brain, heart, and joint health. Choose lean proteins like fish, beans, or chicken to keep muscles strong. Avoid heavy fried foods and excess sugar. They sap your energy and strain your organs. Eat smaller portions more often and listen to your body's true hunger signals. Stay hydrated. Sometimes we confuse thirst with hunger, and drinking water helps with digestion, focus, and circulation. Food should fuel you, not weigh you down. And remember, it's not about dieting or giving up your favorite treats. It's about making small, smart choices that help you feel energized, clear-headed, and in control. Coming up next, the one thing most older adults don't do enough, and it's slowly draining their strength. Don't miss it. Habit number 4, not moving enough. You've probably heard the phrase, move it or lose it. Well, there's real truth in that, especially after 70. As we age, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass, joint flexibility, and cardiovascular stamina. That's normal, but what's not normal or healthy is sitting still for most of the day. And sadly, that's exactly what many older adults do. Whether it's hours in front of the TV, sitting at the kitchen table, or avoiding movement because of joint pain or fear of falling, inactivity becomes the default. But the more you sit, the weaker you become. Muscles shrink, bones get brittle, balance worsens, and blood circulation slows down. Not to mention, physical inactivity is a top risk factor for chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and even some cancers. Let me tell you about Gloria, a 76-year-old woman from Ohio. She used to love walking her dog every morning, but after she fell once, she became afraid. She stayed inside more and more, and within a few months, even climbing stairs became difficult. But with the help of a local walking group and a physical therapist, she started with 5 minutes of movement a day, just 5. Now she's back to walking 30 minutes, and her confidence through the roof. Here's what you can do. Aim for at least 20 to 30 minutes of light activity each day. Walking, stretching, dancing, gardening. Break up long periods of sitting by standing or walking every hour. Try gentle chair exercises or water aerobics if joint pain is an issue. Join a class or group. Movement is more fun and more consistent with others. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Just move a little every day. Your body will thank you. And remember, movement isn't just for the body. It lifts your mood, sharpens your mind, and reminds you that you're still capable of growth. Habit number 5, spending too much time in front of screens. Will live in a world of screens, phones, tablets, televisions, computers. And while technology can be a wonderful tool for staying connected and entertained, it can also become a silent thief of our health. Many older adults spend several hours each day sitting and watching TV or scrolling through their phones. The problem: extended screen time often means less movement, less eye engagement with the real world, and less meaningful social interaction. What's more, too much screen exposure, especially in the evening, can mess with your sleep. The blue light emitted from screens interferes with melatonin production, the hormone that helps you wind down and fall asleep. And it's not just sleep. Research shows that excessive screen time can lead to eye strain, headaches, neck and back pain, and even cognitive fatigue. For older adults who may already be dealing with changes in vision or mobility, this habit can add layers of stress and discomfort. I once worked with a woman named Ruth, 80 years old, who said she watched the news on TV almost all day. She thought it kept her informed, but she admitted she often felt more anxious, tense, and disconnected. We made one small change. She limited TV time to 2 hours a day and replaced 1 hour with listening to her favorite music and stretching. Her mood lifted, and so did her energy. Here's how to find a healthier balance. Set a timer to take a break from screens every 30 to 60 minutes. Use larger fonts and brightness filters to reduce eye strain. Prioritize activities that don't involve a screen. Puzzles, crafts, walking, reading, phone calls. Avoid screens 1 to 2 hours before bedtime to protect your sleep. Schedule screen-free time into your daily routine. Even just 20 to 30 minutes, screens aren't bad. But when they take over your day, they take away from your life. Let's take back control and use technology in ways that serve our joy, not steal from it. Habit number 6, skipping meals or eating too little. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Not eating enough or skipping meals entirely can be just as harmful as overeating. Many older adults start eating less for various reasons. They lose appetite, feel lonely at mealtime, think they're saving money, or believe that eating less is better for their health. But here's the reality. As we age, our bodies still need fuel, just smarter fuel. Skipping meals regularly can lead to unstable blood sugar levels, dizziness, fatigue, irritability, and even malnutrition. and it's especially dangerous for those managing chronic conditions like diabetes or low blood pressure. Take Mr. Leonard, a 79-year-old retired veteran from Florida. He told me he would often skip breakfast and lunch, saying, "I'm not hungry in the mornings and cooking for one just isn't worth the trouble." But he didn't realize those skipped meals were the reason he felt tired all day, lost muscle mass, and had trouble focusing. We worked together to create simple, no-fuss meals he could prep in under 10 minutes, like Greek yogurt with fruit, hard-boiled eggs, or a hearty vegetable soup. After just 2 weeks, his energy was noticeably better, and he felt stronger walking around the house. Here's how to make sure your body gets what it needs. Don't skip breakfast, even something small, like oatmeal, a banana, or toast with peanut butter makes a difference. Eat every 4 to 5 hours during the day to keep your energy steady. Include protein in every meal, eggs, nuts, beans, lean meat. Prepare simple meals in batches so you don't have to cook daily. If you live alone, consider community meals or inviting a neighbor for lunch once a week. Social meals boost both mood and appetite. Eating well doesn't have to be complicated, but it does need to be consistent. Your body is doing its best for you. Give it the fuel it needs to keep going strong. Habit number 7, neglecting oral health. Now here's one you might not expect, but it's more important than most people realize. Taking care of your teeth and gums isn't just about a nice smile. Poor oral hygiene has been linked to heart disease, dementia, diabetes, and even respiratory infections. Yes, your mouth is that powerful. As we age, the risk for gum disease, dry mouth, tooth decay, and tooth loss increases. Many older adults also take medications that reduce saliva, which makes it easier for bacteria to grow in the mouth. And when those bacteria multiply, they don't just stay in your mouth. They can enter your bloodstream and cause inflammation in the rest of the body. I had a patient named Ellen, 81, who had been healthy most of her life. But after a few minor strokes and sudden fatigue, we traced the issue back to a long-ignored gum infection. Once she got dental care and improved her oral hygiene, her energy returned, and so did her appetite. Here's how to protect your oral health as you age. Brush your teeth at least twice a day. With a soft bristled toothbrush, floss daily. Yes, even if it feels like a hassle. Visit the dentist every 6 months for cleanings and checkups if you wear dentures. Clean them properly and remove them at night. Drink plenty of water to keep your mouth from drying out. Ask your doctor or pharmacist if any of your medications cause dry mouth, and if there are alternatives. Good oral health supports better digestion, clearer speech, stronger immunity, and greater confidence. Plus, smiling more often doesn't hurt. So, don't skip the small stuff, because when it comes to aging well, the little things make a big difference. Habit number 8, drinking too much alcohol. A glass of wine here, a beer there. It's common, even comforting. But for many older adults, alcohol becomes more of a habit than a treat, and that's when it starts to do real harm. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing alcohol. Our liver slows down. Our metabolism changes. Even medications we take for blood pressure, sleep, pain, or anxiety can interact dangerously with alcohol. And yet, many seniors drink just as much as they did in their 40s or 50s, not realizing that their body is no longer handling it the same way. Let me tell you about Frank, 75, a retired postal worker from California. He used to have a couple glasses of whiskey each night, said it helped him relax and sleep. But over time, his memory started slipping, his blood pressure rose, and he had more trouble balancing when walking. Once we looked at his lifestyle, we realized the alcohol was the silent culprit. Reducing his intake didn't just help his health, it gave him back his energy. Here's what you need to know. Even moderate drinking can raise your risk of high blood pressure, falls, liver problems, and certain cancers. Alcohol disrupts sleep. Even if it helps you fall asleep faster, the quality of your rest suffers for those on medications. Alcohol can intensify side effects or reduce how well the meds work. So how much is too much? The CDC recommends no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men, and for many older adults, even less is better. Try this instead. Sip flavored sparkling water or herbal tea in the evening. Set a no-drink day each week and build up from there. Talk to your doctor if you think alcohol might be affecting your medications. Or sleep. Enjoyment is part of life, but not at the expense of your long-term health. Know your limits and choose habits that truly help you feel your best. Habit number 9, smoking. Even just a little. Yes, it's still happening. And yes, it's still just as dangerous, maybe even more so after age 70. Some older adults say, "Well, I've smoked this long. What's the point of quitting now?" Here's the truth. Quitting smoking at any age, even after 70, can drastically improve your health, your energy, and even your life expectancy. Tobacco affects nearly every organ in your body. It damages your lungs, heart, blood vessels, brain, and immune system. It increases your risk for cancer, stroke, COPD, heart disease, and even dementia. I once worked with a retired firefighter named Joe, 73, from Pennsylvania. He had smoked a pack a day since his 20s. When his first grandchild was born, his daughter begged him to quit. He did, cold turkey. Within 6 months, his coughing reduced, his blood pressure improved, and for the first time in years, he could take a long walk without stopping for breath. He told me, "I didn't know how bad I felt until I started feeling good again." If you still smoke, or even just have the occasional cigar or social cigarette, please don't underestimate the harm it's doing. Your body is still healing every day. Give it the chance it deserves. Here's what you can do. Talk to your doctor about nicotine replacement or prescription aids. Call a free quit line for guidance and support. Replace the smoking habit with a healthier ritual, deep breathing, a warm drink, a walk, or chewing sugar-free gum. Celebrate small milestones. Every smoke-free day is a victory. It's not about guilt. It's about empowerment. You've lived through so much. Let the next chapter be one where your lungs and your life can breathe freely again. Habit number 10, not getting enough sleep. If you've been telling yourself, "I don't need much sleep anymore," or "I'm fine with just a few hours," it's time for a wake-up call. Literally, sleep is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity. And as we age, our bodies actually need restful, quality sleep more than ever to recover, regulate, and repair. Unfortunately, many seniors struggle with sleep. Whether it's falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking too early, poor sleep becomes a nightly frustration, and often, we shrug it off as just part of getting older. But it's not something we should ignore. Poor sleep is linked to memory problems, weight gain, higher risk of heart disease, depression, weakened immunity, and even falls due to slower reflexes and fatigue. Take Margaret, a 77-year-old retired librarian in Oregon. She told me she'd been surviving on 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night for years. She felt foggy during the day, craved sugar, and was constantly exhausted. Once we helped her create a simple bedtime routine, no screens before bed, a light evening snack, and calming music, she started sleeping over 7 hours a night. The difference in her mood and energy, night and day. Here's what you can do to sleep better after 70. Keep a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time. Daily limit caffeine and alcohol in the afternoon and evening. Create a relaxing bedtime ritual, warm bath, soft music, gentle stretching. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Avoid screens, phones, tablets, TV 1 to 2 hours before sleep. If sleep problems persist, talk to your doctor. It might be linked to medication or a treatable condition like sleep apnea. Sleep is your body's natural healer. Give it the respect it deserves. You've earned the right to rest deeply, peacefully, and fully. Final thoughts, small changes, big life. So now you know -10 habits that may seem small, routine, or even harmless, but over time, they chip away at your health, your joy, and your independence. But here's the empowering truth. You are not stuck. Every single one of these habits can be changed one day, one choice, one step at a time. You've made it this far in life. That already makes you strong, wise, and resilient. But why stop here? Why not make the next decade your healthiest yet? So here's my challenge to you. Pick just one of these 10 habits to work on this week. Leave a comment below. Tell us which one you're changing and why. Encourage someone else in the comments. We're a community, and your story might inspire someone else to take action too. If this video opened your eyes, gave you a helpful nudge, or reminded you that your health is still in your hands, hit that like button. And if you want more real, practical, and inspiring health advice for living better after 60, if any of these habits made you pause and think, even just a little, then this video did its job. But now it's your turn. Leave a comment below and tell us which habit surprised you the most, or which one are you ready to change starting today. Let's support each other, because your story might be the spark that inspires someone else to take that first step. Like this video if you found it helpful. Share it with a friend, a sibling, or someone in your community, because healthy aging should never be a secret. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss our weekly videos on senior wellness, independence, and joyful living. Together, we can age better, feel stronger, and live fuller. One small choice at a time. We'll see you in the next video. Take care and keep moving forward.